The Smash roster is one of my favourite parts of the entire Smash series, with the inclusions of new fighters every installment. Never knowing who's going to make it into Smash 6, some fighters don't make it in, either being deconfirmed from Mii costumes, assist trophies, or other fighters from a third-party developer taking the spot, as well as a few other reasons. Welcome to A New Foe Has Appeared, where we talk about ideas for fighters that could possibly happen in Smash 6, if not the future. I'm your host BB8 from BB8's House. As always, let's get into it. Up next.
How nerve you? Dangerous. How dangerous. Does appear and please wake up South Sheep. Please wake. He's old.
That's right. Chibi Robo from the Chibi Robo franchise is who we are going to talk about today. And congratulations, I officially now have an excuse to rant about Chibi Robo Ziplash, which unfortunately I didn't have Ziplash included in the moveset, since, you know, Ziplash is just, no, like, why Ziplash? But the reason I wanted to talk about Chibi Robo is, I did have Chibi Robo on the table for quite a bit, but with me playing a huge chunk of Metroid Prime Remastered since I picked it up, I thought, why not do another GameCube character? But what character could have originated from the GameCube? Because Olimar's already in Smash, so who could be on the table? And I've already done Crystal in an earlier New Foes Appeared video. So the answer is Chibi Robo. Because I know Chibi Robo has been a bit requested, but I doubt this character would get in due to the fact we haven't heard from Skip, who may have possibly shut down as a result of Ziplash performing so terribly in sales. But I do think with Chibi Robo's Smash inclusion and a remaster of the original Chibi Robo game from the GameCube, this could actually be a chance to revive the character. So, without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? For the moveset, the neutral special, we have Chibi Blaster. Chibi Robo's neutral special move involves the Chibi Blaster, a weapon that has several unique properties. This weapon is a small handheld device that Chibi Robo equips in order to deal damage and control the battlefield. Once Chibi Robo equips the Chibi Blaster, he can begin firing off small sonic beams at his opponents, and these beams have a relatively short range due to Chibi Robo's small size, but they can still be used to great effect in combat. The beams deal moderate damage and can even stun opponents for a short period of time, leaving them vulnerable to further attacks. One of the key benefits of the Chibi Blaster is its versatility. Chibi Robo can fire the sonic beams in any direction, making it an effective tool for controlling the battlefield and keeping opponents at bay. Additionally, the beams have a relatively quick firing rate, allowing Chibi Robo to rapidly pelt his opponents with attacks. And it's worth noting that the Chibi Blaster is not a particularly powerful weapon on its own, and it's more of a supplementary tool that Chibi Robo can use to soften up his opponents or make them more vulnerable to other attacks. However, in the hands of a skilled player, the Chibi Blaster can be a potent tool that can be used to great effect in combat. For the side special, we have Toothbrush. Chibi Robo's side special move involves his trusty toothbrush, which he can use in a variety of ways to control the battlefield. When Chibi Robo performs this move, he pulls out his toothbrush and begins brushing it in front of him, whilst moving forwards. This action has a few different effects. Firstly, it deals moderate damage to any opponents who are caught in the brush's path. Secondly, it allows Chibi Robo to descend slowly in the air, making it an effective recovery move. And one of the most unique aspects of this move is that Chibi Robo can hold it indefinitely. This means that he can continue to move forward and brush the air in front of him for as long as he likes, allowing him to control space and keep opponents at bay. Additionally, the move is versatile enough that Chibi Robo can use it in a variety of situations, such as when recovering back to the stage, edge guarding his opponents, or simply keeping himself airborne. It's also worth noting that the side special move for Chibi Robo is not a particularly powerful attack on its own. However, it can be used in a great effect in conjunction with Chibi Robo's other moves, allowing him to set up tricky combos and keep his opponents on the defensive. For the up special, we have Chibi Copter. When this move is used, Chibi Robo opens up his head to reveal a tiny copter blade, and he is lifted high into the air, and once Chibi Robo reaches the peak of his ascent, he will slowly descend back down to the ground. However, players can cancel the descent by pressing any attack button. This can be useful for surprising opponents who might be waiting for Chibi Robo to to come back down. One unique aspect of Chibi Copter is that it can damage opponents. If an opponent is hit by the blades of the copter, they will be carried forward or upward with Chibi Robo and would take 6% damage. This can be a useful tool for setting up combos or launching opponents off the stage. However, using Chibi Copter comes at a cost. It uses 10% of Chibi Robo's battery power to fly upward, and then an additional 2% battery power for every second he descends downward. And this means that players need to be careful not to overuse the move, or Chibi Robo could run out of battery power and become vulnerable. And while Chibi Copter is not the strongest recovery move in the game, it does allow Chibi Robo to gain a significant amount of height, and this can make it easier for Chibi Robo to recover when knocked off the stage or chase opponents in the air. And for the down special, we have Charging Station. When this move is used, a large outlet plug appears behind Chibi Robo and he plugs himself into it. While Chibi Robo is plugged in, his battery recharges at a rate of 20% per second. This means that the longer Chibi Robo stays plugged in, the more he will recharge his battery. This can be helpful for players who want to use Chibi Robo's other moves without having to worry about the battery running out. However, there is a downside to using the charging station. If Chibi Robo is attacked whilst he is charging, he will automatically unplug himself from the outlet. This means that players need to be careful when they use this move, as it leaves Chibi Robo vulnerable to attack. One interesting aspect of Charging Station is that it can actually make Chibi Robo's attacks more powerful. And when Chibi Robo's battery is fully charged, his attacks will deal more knockback to opponents. This means that players who use Charging Station strategically can potentially deal more damage to their opponents and increase their chances of winning the match. The Charging Station is a unique and interesting move that adds a new level of strategy to Chibi Robo's gameplay. Because when I did do my research on Chibi Robo for this moveset, I thought Charging Station could actually end up being a unique element to Chibi Robo. Kind of like how the crafting table was unique to Steve, and the whole ink tank was unique to Inkling. So I thought, if I was going all the original Chibi Robo game and not Ziplash for this moveset, I thought Charging Station would actually make sense to be a part of the moveset. And finally, for the final smash, we have Giga Robo. When Chibi Robo performs his final smash, Chibi Robo will summon his powerful Giga Robo ally onto the stage. The Giga Robo is a giant robot that towers over the other characters and has an impressive arsenal of weapons and attacks. As soon as Giga Robo lands on the stage, it will begin to stomp around, creating shockwaves and sending opposing players flying. Any players who get caught in the Giga Robo's path will be dealt with massive damage and knockback far enough to potentially get KO'd. The Giga Robo will continue its rampage for a set amount of time, allowing Chibi Robo to focus on racking up damage and building up his own smash meter. And once the time is up, the Giga Robo will start to lose power and gradually slow down. Eventually, it will simply disappear, leaving behind any damage it had caused to the stage and characters. And Chibi Robo's final smash is an incredibly powerful and flashy move that can deal massive amounts of damage and potentially KO other players. However, there is also some risk involved, as it can be difficult for Chibi Robo to control the Giga Robo and avoid being caught in its own attacks. For the alts and the Kirby Hat, alt 1 we have metal, just being its default colours. Alt 2 would be a gold-plated Chibi Robo who would be based on his gold appearance. Alt 3 would be blue, based on the Chibi aliens. Alt 4 would end up being pink, based on sunshine. The back half of Chibi Robo's alt palette would end up being costumes, but the reason I didn't do all of his alts as costumes are because some of the costumes are from, I don't even want to say it, Chibi Robo Ziplash. And since I'm excluding Ziplash from the cosmetics entirely, even the moveset, I thought I just went for outfits from the original Chibi Robo game and not the dumpster fire known as Ziplash. So for alt 5, we have red with the Drake Red Crest suit, based on the Chibi Robo's Drake Red Crest outfit from the original Chibi Robo game, which also has a recolor to red to be based on the Space Hunter Drake Red Crest. Alt 6 would be green with the frog suit, based on Chibi Robo's frog suit from the original Chibi Robo game, with him being recolored to green in order to match the outfit. Alt 7 would be black with the Tau suit being based on Chibi Robo's Tau suit from the original Chibi Robo game, being recolored to black in order to match Tau the dog. And Alt 8 is the white with the ghost suit, is where Chibi Robo is based on Chibi Robo's ghost suit, but has arms poking out, unlike the game, with Chibi Robo being recolored to white to match the ghost suit. And for the Kirby Hat is where Kirby gets a copy of a helmet that resembles Chibi Robo's head, along with the copy ability of Chibi Blaster. For the classic mode route, I ended up going with Chibi Robo cleaning up the competition. Chibi Robo's classic mode has him face off opponents and stages inspired by Chibi Robo's adventures in the games. And yes, unfortunately, even the 2D side-scrolling Chibi Robo game I really despise. I don't have to directly say it, but this entire video has practically been a Zeplash rant, which you probably see why I coloured the thumbnail to match the logo of the original Chibi Robo game and not Zeplash. Oh, said it! I said the curse word! The curse word known as the 2D side-scrolling Chibi Robo game that killed the franchise. And with all that comedy out of the way, for round 1, we have Battlefield, where we fight Sonic. Round 2, we have Luigi's Mansion, with Luigi and King Boo, who I previously talked about in A New Foes Appeared number 1. Round 3, we have Pilot Wings, where we fight Duck Hunt Duo and Falco. Round 4, we go to Tortimer Island to fight Isabelle and Villager. Round 5, we have Gamer, where we fight Mr. Game & Watch. Round 6, we have the Labo Workshop, where we go to fight Labo Man, who I talked about in A New Foes Appeared 81. Apologies for the typo. And for the final round, we have Final Destination, where we fight Master Hand and Crazy Hand. For the victory theme, the poses, and the Punch-Out title, the victory theme, I went with the flourished remix of the Funk Master Flower training music. The first victory pose I went for is Chibi Robo drops from its Chibi Copter and begins celebrating with Telly. Victory pose 2, Chibi Robo is seen scrubbing the floor with its toothbrush and then looks forward with Telly excited. For victory pose 3, Chibi Robo takes out its stereo and begins to jam out. And for the defeat pose, Chibi Robo is seen sitting apparently sad with Telly at his aid. And the Punch-Out title is Here to Make You Happy. For the Amiibo, Chibi Robo's Amiibo would have him in a pose where he holds his cable with one hand, and an extra bit of detail added to the Amiibo is his trusty companion Telly, who uses the design from the original Chibi Robo game. And the compatible games would end up being Super Smash Bros, where you tap in Chibi Robo to summon a fighter you can train, and for Chibi Robo Recharged being the remake of Chibi Robo, where you can tap in Chibi Robo to unlock bonus levels to help unlock more costumes. And this Amiibo would be compatible with other games as well. For the stage, we have the Sandersons' living room from Chibi Robo, which came out in 2005. The Sandersons' living room, to be exact, is comprised of 2 levels. The ground level is a flat surface which is home to Jenny Sanderson's drawing pad, which she will occasionally draw on it, taking up half of the screen and causing a hazard. On the left side of the screen is a Utilibot with a ladder that reaches up onto the table, which is home to a lot of snacks and party things such as cake and a vase with a rose on it. The Thorns pack a punch and Mr. Sanderson can be seen on the couch, spacing out by the experiment of the battle, and don't get too big of an ego boost. Making hamburgers can get the same reaction out of him. And for the support fighter, unfortunately for Chibi Robo, I only went with one support fighter this time around, only due to the fact that Chibi Robo doesn't have enough violent characters in its series to have that many support fighters. So I just went with one support fighter, as an occasion being Drake Redcrest. When summoned as a support fighter, Drake Redcrest will appear on the stage and start firing his laser gun at opponents. He will also occasionally fly off the stage and return with a large blast that damages all nearby opponents. And in Smash Bros, Drake Redcrest attacks have been slightly updated to be faster and deal more damage. Additionally, he now has a chance to stun opponents with his laser shots. For the music, I went with Chibi Robo, Menu, Happy Birthday, Chibi Robo Enters, In Broad Daylight, Night Play, Aim to Super Chibi Robo, Madame of the Afternoon, Dimwit Spouses, Tool Get, Hoist with the Syringe, Rob with the Toothbrush, Search with the Radar, Strike with the Spoon, Chibi PC, the online shop, Maiden_S Thoughts, Beloved One, Oh My, Ghost Space Detective Drake Redcrest, Door to Another Dimension, Arrival, Spy Doors, From Inside the Coffin, Gutless Love, Serious Event, Abandoned Memories, and My House is the Cretaceous. For the spirits I went for Chibi Robo are picked from the original Chibi Robo game and Park Patrol. Unfortunately, I didn't include the 3DS era of Chibi Robo in here, because I know that era of Chibi Robo was a bit rough. Let's Go Photo was decent. It's just the 2D platforming Chibi Robo game that we'd rather not talk about is the rough one. So the spirits I went for are Chibi Robo being the fighter spirit, Television with the original design, Mr. Sanderson, who's called George Sanderson, not to be mistaken from, the character from Monsters Inc. Don't even know why I had to make that reference, but there we go. We have Mrs. Sanderson, Jenny Sanderson, Tao, Keith, Lucky, Space Hunter Drake Redcrest, Sophie, Sarge, the Free Rangers, Captain Plankbeard, the Great Pico, Princess Pitts, Mort, Sunshine, Dinah, Funky Phil, Fred, Frida, Spy Doors, Giga Robo, Titan, IO, Ganymede, Little Bang, Mini Mort, Lil Pitts, Queen Spider, Bull, Chet, Francois, General Green Thumb, Sergeant Smuggler, Kid Combo, Miasmo, Molly Maple Leaf, Pop and Fizz, Kid Eggplant, and Mr. Prongs. And finally, for the reveal trailer. This trailer doesn't show the Smash logo / animation in order to make people think that it's a Chibi Robo remake that's being teased. The camera pans over an empty living room stage where you can see a Chibi house as seen in the original Chibi Robo plug into adventure game from the GameCube. Suddenly, a small figure exits the Chibi house, holding a plug in one hand and a toothbrush in the other, getting ready to perform a cleaning job. Chibi Robo says, "Chibi Robo reporting for duty." The way the dialogue between Chibi Robo and Telly would end up working in the trailer is that, similar to Isabelle's Smash Ultimate trailer, it would display cards with the dialogue on it, since neither Chibi Robo or Telly actually speak English in the game. Chibi Robo looks around as if wondering where all the other fighters are, as Chibi Robo says, "It looks like I'm the only one here. That's a shame. I was hoping to make some friends." And suddenly, a rumble is heard. And the camera shakes as if there's an earthquake, and Chibi Robo looks around in confusion. But then he notices something in the distance, and Chibi Robo says, "What's that noise? It sounds like something big is coming." The camera zooms out, and then we see a shadowy figure approaching from the horizon. It's none other than Master Hand, which does turn the trailer around and does make people think that Chibi Robo would be joining the Smash Bros roster. Chibi Robo says, "Whoa, that's one big hand, and I don't think I'm strong enough to fight that." And Master Hand approaches the stage, and Chibi Robo braces for impact. But then something unexpected happens. The Master Hand stops in front of Chibi Robo, and a small spark of electricity jumps between them. The Master Hand suddenly splits in half, revealing a new character standing behind it. It's Chibi Robo's ally, Telly. Telly says, "Chibi Robo, you did it. You short-circuited the Master Hand. I knew I could count on you." And Chibi Robo says, "Telly, you're here too. I'm so glad to see you." And then the two robots embrace. And the camera pans out to reveal that they're not alone anymore. And the screen splashes. Chibi Robo plugs into the fight. It then shows gameplay for the Chibi Robo character, and after gameplay's shown, it shows all the other Smash Bros fighters are standing behind them, applauding and cheering. Chibi Robo then looks around, overwhelmed by the support he's receiving, and then Chibi Robo says, "Wow, I never imagined I'd get to meet you all. This is amazing. Thank you so much." And the screen then fades to white and splashes Super Smash Bros. Times Chibi Robo. And after the revealed trailer, the remake of Chibi Robo Plug into Adventure, titled Chibi Robo Recharged, is then revealed alongside the character. So guys, what did you think of Chibi Robo? I thought with my recent playthrough of Metroid Prime Remastered, I actually was triggered to talk about Chibi Robo as another GameCube character, because I did put Chibi Robo on the list as one of the games that should be remastered, so I thought, why not do Chibi Robo, since Chibi Robo is one I've wanted to do for a bit. It's just, I didn't know when the right time to do Chibi Robo was. So, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and turn your notification bell on so you don't miss another video like this one. And I will see you all in a future New Foes Appeared episode. BB8 out.